Hello to the nation, Dr. PlayStation Nation here, back again with my voice. It has returned, guys. I don't sound like, a 50-year-old smoker anymore. Thumbs up for 50-year-old smokers. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, hopefully you guys do enjoy this mod spotlight. For today, we are in my mod spotlight world, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about the More Swords mod 1.4 by Dark Hacks, guys. Now, follow whatever the title says. If it says it's been updated for a future version of Minecraft, then it has, guys. I will link you guys to a forum page as well as a download link, so you guys can check that in the description. As well, guys, to install this, it is very simple. All you need to do is have Forge, so I'll leave an annotation on the screen as well as a link in the description for you guys to go check out how to install Forge for the newest version of Minecraft. And you will be able to do that. Drag and drop the zip file into the mods folder, and you're all good. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of chests here. This mod is kind of one of the bigger ones that adds a bunch of stuff, as well as it adds a lot of little abilities here and there. So I do have signs here to kind of help me out a little bit. Remember, each one of these swords, guys, or lots of these swords, have a special ability or an enchantment ability, which I will talk about at the end. Yeah, so let's get started. So the first sword we're going to be talking about is the Blaze Sword, guys. This deals 2 hearts of base damage, and it has 400 uses. So as you guys can see, this is the crafting recipe for it. You got 2 iron, 2 gold, and a blaze rod, guys. So this does have a special ability, guys, which is it deals 2 hearts of base damage as well as 2 hearts of damage over time. So it'll deal 2 hearts worth of fire damage if you are not in water, guys. So keep that in mind. Pretty cool sword, pretty nifty. Let's go on to the next one, which is Blood Sword, guys. This deals 3 hearts of damage and has 1,500 uses, guys. So this is probably one of the better swords in the game that doesn't include something like diamond, simply obsidian and redstone and a stick. I personally believe this crafting recipe should be a little bit more powerful, or a little bit more difficult, I should say, if it's 3 hearts of damage and 1,500 uses, guys. Like the previous one had a blaze rod in it, and it did less damage, as well as it had less than a third of the uses. So yeah. I think this could be a little bit more difficult, but that being said, it is still a pretty cool sword and something to fool around with. The next one we're going to be talking about is one of the easier ones to craft, one of the weaker swords, and that is the Bone Sword. It's 1.5 hearts and 200 uses, guys. So I think the least uses it, or no, sorry, the second least uses it of any of the swords. It takes 5 bones to craft, and probably not your best bet here. Probably something for those people who are caught in, caught at night or something without a sword, or caught in a cave system with their sword just breaking and they don't have any sticks. You can use some wood, or sorry, use this sword without wood. So now moving on to the next one, the Draconis Blade. This deals 3.5 hearts of base damage as well as 750 uses. Now this one is the second strongest sword without specialty stuff or all that great stuff. Right underneath the end sword, which we'll get to in a moment. As you guys can see, it's one of the more difficult ones to craft. You need 4 blocks of iron, a diamond, a redstone, and a stick, guys. So this one's pretty difficult to craft. It takes a lot of iron, but it's pretty powerful, and it has a good chunk of uses there. So moving on to the next one, which I mentioned, and this one's End. It has 4 hearts of damage and 1,750 uses, guys. That is huge. But that being said, it also does take 4 diamonds, so that's twice as much as a normal sword, plus 2 Eye of Ender, guys. So that's going to be, a little bit more difficult to get. Yeah, then you'll get an End sword, and that does this much damage, and it does have an enchantment ability, which we'll get to at the end. Moving on, this is the weakest sword in this mod, and that is the Glass Sword, as you guys would have probably imagined. It does 2.5 hearts of damage, which isn't the least, but it only has 154 uses, guys. So that's something to keep in mind. Actually, I don't think that's right, guys. I think I mistyped. It actually has 15 uses, guys. Sorry about that. It actually only has 15 uses. I don't know why that 4 is there, but it only has 15 uses, so that was wrong. Sorry about that. Next one we're going to talk about is the Infinity Sword, guys. So that's 3.5 hearts and 650 uses. And I don't think I showed you the Glass Sword. 2 glass and then over a stick. That's pretty simple. The Infinity Sword, guys, 3.5 hearts of damage and 650 uses. As you guys can see, this is 4 blocks of iron again, as well as 2 iron ingots over a stick. That'll make an Infinity Sword. Sadly, it doesn't have infinity uses, but that would be quite overpowered. But yeah, so that's that one. Moving on to the next one, we got the Lapis Sword, which is 1.5 hearts of damage and 750 uses, guys. Pretty simple. Lapis, this one's pretty easy to get, especially because you get multiple lapis pieces from a lapis ore. The next one, and this one's actually pretty cool, we got Molten Edge, guys. So this is just 2 hearts of damage as well as 300 uses, and it has a fire ability where it does 4 hearts of damage over a period of time, guys, after your initial 2 hearts. So this is 6 hearts of damage in total, which is kind of neat. The next one we have Aqueous Blade, or Aqueous Blade, I guess. I don't know. It does 2 hearts of damage and has 300. Oh, also, guys, you know, lava buckets, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. The next one is kind of the opposite of that. Aqueous Blade, 2 hearts, 300 uses. As you guys can see, we have water buckets opposed to obsidian. I wanted to point that out to you guys. And so it has the same amount of damage, base damage, as well as 300 uses. This one does not have a special ability. It does have an enchantment ability, which we'll talk about later. Now we got the Master Sword. So this one's by far the most powerful sword in the game because it has 3 hearts of damage and 2,750 uses. So you might not have the most damage in the game, but 2,750 uses, that's a lot. And this one has two swords in here. We got 2 pieces of diamond, 2 obsidian, 2 iron, and a stick. So that's how you're going to craft the Master Sword. And then the one on the right in there was the Witherbane. It does 1 heart of damage, so it is kind of weak, but it does have a cool enchantment ability, as well as it has 1,000 uses, guys. So that's how you make the Witherbane. I personally think that this should have more power. It should be a more powerful sword because you're using a nether star, and that's really hard to get. So it should be way more powerful than that. But, you know, maybe this mod can always be updated. So that's how you're going to craft these 2. And then now we can actually get on to talking about these guys here. So we're going to throw these in the inventory here. We're going to switch out of game mode. Whoa! No. Wow, sorry about that, guys. Why did I just do that? I don't even know, guys. So we're going to switch out of game mode, and we are going to test out these swords, guys. So first thing we're going to talk about is the Witherbane, guys. So if you hit something with the Witherbane, as you guys will see here, he will actually get the wither, like, kind of damage thing. They'll have the wither effect on them, so they'll get hurt incrementally, and it lasts a pretty good chunk of time, so yeah, that's pretty powerful, I guess, in one respect. Then again, you are using a nether star, so I think it should be much more powerful than that, guys. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much what that one does. So now we're going to be talking about the Blood Sword, guys. So this one also has an enchantment on it, and that is the Vampirism enchantment, guys. So we're going to switch out of game mode for this one. And pretty much what you do is it takes up a bunch of the durability on the sword, but if you right-click with it, it'll actually give you speed and resistance for a certain amount of time, guys. So, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. That was a little bit of quicksand that I had left over there from a previous mod spotlight. But if you guys actually right-click, you guys will get those enchantments for a certain amount of time. Now, it does take a huge amount of durability from the sword, so keep that in mind, guys, if it's worth it to you. It's something that you're supposed to be using in kind of like the last resort type of thing. You only get 8 seconds of it, and if you use it too much... Oh, hold on. Use it too much, the sword will break. Furthermore, guys, you can actually, by fighting mobs, you can increase the durability, guys. For every hit on a mob, it'll give it 10 more durability. So, you know, that kind of balances out, I guess. If you're at mob fighting, you could use up the durability if you get in a pinch. And that's the type of stuff you can do. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the Aqueous Sword with Frozen Aura 1. Now, the cool thing about this is when you hit somebody, so we're going to go back over here, and we're going to hit Mr. Iron Golem over here. Damn it. There we go. So as you guys can see, it puts slowness 1 on him, so you can't really tell by him because he's an iron golem, obviously. But it puts slowness 1 on him, so you're going to be impacted that you won't be able to run as fast and stuff and words and things. That's kind of neat. I kind of like that fact about it. As well, it does have pretty good durability, guys. As you guys can see, it has 300 uses, so that's kind of cool, and it just takes 2 water buckets, so that's neat. Moving on to the next one, we got the Eye End, and now this one's the most powerful sword in the game, as you guys can see. 4 hearts, or sorry, in this mod, I should say. Now, the cool thing about this is when it's has its enchantment on, which is called the Ender Pulse, what you can do is you can right-click, and it'll actually shoot out an Ender Pearl, guys. Now, this is really valuable. I personally think this is the best sword in the game because no longer do you need to really worry about having Ender Pearls on you. I guess the fact is that this does take up a big chunk of the durability, but yeah, so there you go. You can do that sort of stuff. Keep in mind, guys, this is better than an Ender Pearl because you actually don't suffer damage from being teleported away like you would with a normal Ender Pearl. So, moving on to the final one, and this is the Blaze Hellfire Sword. Or, sorry, Blaze Sword with Hellfire on it, guys. Now, I mentioned before that it has 2 hearts of damage as well as 2 hearts of fire damage. Well, now that you have it enchanted, you can actually right-click, and it'll shoot out a little ball of fire, guys. It'll actually shoot out a magma cream, and, whoa, guys. Whoa, I just got lit on fire. and if you hit somebody like that, they will be pretty largely impacted by that. Each one of these little balls of fire takes up 1/4 of 1 usage, so that's something to keep in mind, guys. And yeah, Stuffward's thing. So that is the ones there, guys. This one puts the wither effect on people, this one puts slowness on, this one will teleport you, and this one shoots fireballs. So they're all pretty cool, they all do some pretty cool stuff, and I highly suggest you guys check out this mod. But before I end the video, I just want to mention, guys, if you guys missed any of my old videos, you guys can check them out here on the screen. The Magical Books mod, as you guys can see on top, the Clay Soldiers mod, as you guys can see on the bottom, and on the right of the screen, I have a link to my Minecraft 1.4 show, guys, where you guys can see all of the mod spotlights as well as tutorials for Minecraft 1.4. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Remember, guys, to like the video, subscribe above, join the nation if you already haven't, follow me on Twitter, it's the first link to the description, and all that great stuff. So again, hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'm the Doctor, and I'm out. Peace.